Live from the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., we welcome you into the Dungeon of Daiquiris Coliseum as the 2-2 DC Dragons play host to the 3-1 Carolina Skyhawks to kick off the Sunday portion of Week 6 of the Simulation Football League contest. Hello again, everybody. This is Colin Northup alongside my broadcast colleague for this evening, Rick Northup.
Good evening, everybody.
Joining us today for the broadcast are Star Decisions Mike McBride and Ron Haynes, along with our executive producer and commissioner Cameron Irvine.
Hope you guys are ready for a great one. We've got the Rick meter here today, and of course, we'll have cultural references, obscure cultural references, vocabulary words, and plenty of other hoo-ha. Let's get this thing going, Colin.
This is the third ever meeting between the Skyhawks and the Dragons. The road team hasn't won since the first matchup took place all the way back in Season 7. Carolina coming off a come-from-behind win thanks to a walk-off field goal versus Atlanta. And DC lost to Baltimore by 1 point, 31-30, so both of these teams playing very close to the margins. As we get set for the kickoff, folks.
And we don't care about the weather because it's indoors.
Dome, sweet dome. Malone Brown to kick off for Carolina, and we're underway. Harrison, the deep man, yard out of the end zone, coming up across the 10 to the 20, and he will get knocked down at the 29-yard line, and Sebastian Synergy and the DC Dragon offense will take the field first.
That ball got down there quickly, Colin. We got up to the 25 before he even started getting contact. Nice return.
Synergy is the quarterback. We'll get to the rest of the starting lineups as he walks up under center. Kevin Say will start things off from his running back position as Synergy checks off to a different play. Be first down. This will be a toss-up to Kevin Say. Say has room. Only picks up 2 yards before he's knocked down. They got Kevin Say at tailback along with Chuck Steller. Fullback is Cooper Allen. Receivers are Ronnie Shanahan, Sam Harrison, Mike Churchill, and Josh Gill. Tight ends are Lauren Percoco and James Walters. And the left tackle is Lucas Walters. Synergy back to throw. Fires down the field. Complete. Down for a big pickup past the 40-yard line. That's Churchill, number 19 on the reception.
Not sure what happened on that coverage, but suddenly behind the DB, just lets him go. Maybe he thought he had help on that side, Colin. I don't know, but that's a great pickup and business early.
We'll set you the Carolina defense after this play, which is an I formation. Allen, the fullback, in front of Steller, who dots the I. We have motion to the top of the screen, Skippy Curtis, following Harrison, the rookie wide receiver. Here's the give off to Steller, and he only gets 1 yard, as that's a good time as any to introduce you to Carolina defense. One of the linebackers is Shervan Prasad, number 99. Christopher Colon and Levon Irvine are the defensive ends. Rookies Stephen Forbes and Phil Hall, the veteran, are defensive tackles. Synergy fires down the field. One-handed catch down the field. That is Josh Gill. And that already, Rick, is that's the nice hands catches game brought to you by Retroid. Put a Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in SFL 4K23.
Gonna be tough to beat that one-hander, one-footed one-hander catch, Colin.
Back to throw. Synergy down the middle, complete to Percoco, number 47, and only first and goal for DC.
You know, Carolina's playing a mix of man and zone in this set, Colin, and it doesn't seem to matter to Synergy. Able to complete passes no matter what the coverage scheme is. That's an early trouble sign for the Skyhawks.
Danny Stinson's the inside linebacker. Mojo McLean joins Siobhan Prasad as part of the linebacking core. Skippy Curtis, Davidson Joseph on the corners, along with Tristan Hatley. Monty Wyatt's the free safety is Say bouncing off several tackles but unable to get very far as Monty Wyatt, the free safety, brought him down near the line of scrimmage. Chris Delro along with Ibari Iman England are the safeties for Carolina.
I think the Dragons just trying to keep him honest with that run game. We'll get a pass play here, maybe.
2nd and goal. Synergy back to throw, dumps it off to Say trying to outrun the coverage, but it will only gain about a yard forward. Davidson Joseph, number 42, on the stop. It'll be 3rd and goal.
Kind of a modified run play as he tosses it out in the flat to the running back. Carolina ready for it, though.
3rd and goal, Synergy. High formation, Stellar checks in. Synergy fires out to Stellar, and the stop is made pretty easily there on a combo tackle. Potty is the place kicker. He'll come on for the field goal attempt.
That ends up being a decent little defensive stand for Carolina, Collins. They're going to hold them to a field goal attempt after it looked like DC was going to have their way with Carolina all the way to the end zone.
He's 5 for 5 coming in. It's Potty, and he's now 6 of 6. That's a 9-play, 65-yard drive, taking up 3 minutes and 27 seconds off the clock. And DC is already up 3-0.
They want to welcome in some people into the chat. Harish, how's it going? And Jeff Duffy, Beef Supreme, glad to hear that you're here for the Rick Meter. Of course, the Rick Meter is delusional, as we've discussed, and believes the entire SFL enterprise is organized to compete for its glory.
Kick is away. Return is by Harish Prasad. Who gets shouldered down at the Carolina 27. And that's where we get our first look at Matt South. Quarterback number 10. Mike McBride, halfback. Torianzo, fullback. Chase Earl, Riley Quintero, Harish Prasad are wide receivers. Vince DeSantis and Xavier Solomon are the tight ends. Solomon had a touchdown reception off a fake field goal that played a big part in Carolina's win over Atlanta a week ago. First carry goes to Torianzo, runs over a defender, and Peanut Say has to bring him down, but not before the big guy goes rumbling down the field.
That's a nifty little off-tackle play, Colin, and it works. Nice pickup, and that's going to give the DC Dragons something to think about here.
Jose Fuentes and Evan Miller, the defensive ends. John Gary and Kanano Fortson, along with Jason Bourne, are the defensive tackles. Gary is the 3rd defensive end. Declan O'Rourke is the inside linebacker. South fires, and this pass is going to be pummeled around and incomplete.
He had it, and then he lost it.
Chris Britton III, along with Saeed Gore, the outside linebackers. Xavier Rowe III, pick number 13, along with Peanut Say and Jadobi Dew are the corners. Daryl Bullock there is responsible for the pass breakup. John DeSantis, along with Josh Vasquez and Kev Say Jr. are the safeties. And South is once again back to throw. Fires short over the middle. Quintero with the catch only gets a yard.
You know what I find interesting about that, Colin? He had plenty of time in the pocket, but couldn't really find anybody. But maybe the second relief valve, who was 1 yard over the line of scrimmage, and good back end coverage by the Dragons on that one, even if they couldn't mount a pass rush.
3rd and 9. DC 3.5-point favorites at home. Skyhawks will throw again. South. He's got to reach for past the 30, and he steps out of bounds at about, we're going to eyeball it, about the 28-yard line.
Harish, my man, with the nifty move. A little clipboard clapping there. Watch this. He teleports right around that guy.
Right around due the rookie. Pick 67 in the rookie draft.
I'll remind everybody the Rick Meter has watch status that we've implemented this year, and it goes from possible to probable, depending on which way it's leaning for your team or again your team. You never know.
DC +3 in turnover differential coming in. 6 takeaways generated. Only 3 turnovers, 3 interceptions thrown all year by Sebastian Energy, one of the league's lowest interception totals for a QB, as Hanzo picks up another 4 yards, and it'll be second down.
Kind of impressed with this drive so far, Colin. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. And the Skyhawks are knocking on the door of the red zone.
Haven't had a carry for McBride. And she gets it here. Stuck up behind her blockers and tackled by O'Rourke, number 54. Aero coverage of today's game provided by Dags DroneWorks, aero photography and videography services for real estate, events, marketing, and more. Learn more at dagsdroneworks.com. That great shot of the Lincoln Memorial you saw. As we get a 3rd and 6. And Matt South is under the center. He's got a pretty good offensive line in front of him. And we're going to mention their names in a bit as this pass is complete for first down to Harish Prasad once again.
I'm not sure, there might have been a little matchup zone, and Prasad kind of wiggles away from the coverage. Finds himself open.
Kate Palmer is the left tackle. Ricky Rigatoni is the left guard, and Chris Cross is the right guard. We get a 1st and 10 for Carolina splitbacks. Give off again to Hanzo, and he loses 2.
Slaps the turf as he's not sure what happened on that one.
If you're new to the Simulation Football League, welcome. The SFL is football for everyone. Get off the sideline and start your player today by joining our Discord server at simulationfl.net. Click the Join Community button and begin your career, or just meet the stars of the SFL on or off the field. As that pass is intercepted, that is Kev Say Jr. with 2 spins and all the way back to the 36-yard line as South throws the interception.
Wow, South with really great protection that whole drive. Ends up making a mistake.
Oh, my correction, that's Peanut Say. He picks it off at the 2, and then look at this, Rick. He just goes upfield.
Yep,
Throws
that's one spin move, 2 spin moves. Two spin moves. Maybe I should have yelled 2. So what? Let's dance.
1st and 10 for DC at the 36. They got a field goal to end their last drive, but now they're looking for more. Man in motion to the bottom of the formation. That is Josh Gill. Toss out to Say, the opposite direction, breaks the tackle of Stenson, now breaks the tackle of Joseph, and the Moose is loose all the way for 8 yards, as it'll be 2nd and 2.
Good job breaking that first contact in the backfield. To make some progress out of that, welcome Tyler Falk into the chat. And you're right, the Rick meter will not be disrespected.
It'll be 2nd and 2 out of the eye. Say with Stella in front of him. Say gets the ball, and Kevin Say, he's doing work early. It'll be a 1st down.
The fullback gets the key block to sort of seal open, if you will. Watch this right there. Make sure he's got a lane to pick up that 1st down. The fundamentals.
For all the league highlights, photo galleries, major and minor league stats and leaderboards, community content, and so much more, check out the league's website, simulationfl.net, presented by Football Chief. Stay up to date and explore past, present, and future, as this pass is bobbled and incomplete Super Coco had it in her hands and dropped it.
Wants that one back for sure. And that's dangerous, the little tip drill.
First incompletion in the game for Synergy had been a perfect 5 of 5. Sitting at 63 yards. Thank you to Ike McBride and Ron Haynes, statisticians this evening. 2nd and 10. Dragons shifting things around. Mike Churchill, command in motion number 19. Here's to give off to Kevin Say, and Say with a nice spin, but right into another tackle, but he picked up 5. It'll be 3rd and 5.
What do you think of the DC Dragons kit there, Colin?
They call these the Royal Dragon Society.
Nice.
Dark blue and black and these silver pants with royal blue and black trim.
Yeah, they're pretty nice. And you can read those numbers pretty well, too. I know there was some worry about that, but I think they're sharp.
4 receivers out. Now they have trips to the bottom. Synergy back to throw on 3rd down. Has to take off and
oh, now they're saying he got the first.
More progress nets in the first, but it was very close.
Yeah, this is...
The coach is not happy, and he's challenging the ball. Let's take a retroactive look at that play presented by Retro.
Yeah, just live watching it, it seemed it was at least a half yard short, but...
Get your SFL console at GoRetroid.com. Let's take another look. There's the spin. Stinson makes the tackle, but where is the ball?
Here we go.
This should give us the money shot.
Maybe the 40. This one's going to be 4th down, eh?
I think so. At least that's what Carolina thinks, because they threw the challenge flag. And Carolina wins the challenge.
I want to thank all the Canadian viewers who wagered me on that one. I'll pick up my Looney and Tim Hortons donut on Tuesday.
And we'll see a punt from the Dragons, so the turnover. DC is able to move down the field a little bit, but ultimately, no harm done. Punt is away, angled toward the corner. Harish hauls it in, and Harish Prasad tackled at the 17 by Kev Say Jr.
The early candidate for the Mr. Everything for the Skyhawks, Harish Prasad. We already called his number a few times, Colin. We're still in the first quarter. You got a quarter. You want to hear the story about the quarter lady?
No, nobody wants to hear about the quarter lady.
You got a quarter. But you got a quarter.
Here's the give to Hattori Hanzo, and the fullback's been getting the lion's share of the work. He picks up 3 yards. And so far, Hanzo, 23 yards on 4 carries with a long of 18. Ike McBride only 1 carry for no yards. Very unusual. They've only gone to Ike once this quarter. Let's see if they go to her again. 2nd and 7. And they will. She's got room to the outside. Breaks a tackle. And the spear is loose. And steps out of bounds for the 1st down.
Nice run. Nice stiff arm. Sort of the surprise tippy toe down the sideline, too. Here we go. Pushes that defender down. Huh. with the magic wave of the stiff arm repels the defender. Did you see that? Anybody see that?
Yeah, it's almost like he was a wizard.
Magic.
He was a wizard.
A wizard.
Doug Daisy. He wants to hear a story about Denver the dog. He don't want to hear about no silly old quarter lady. So throws this over the middle, pick up a 2 to Quintero.
I'm glad you asked. So I'm like a young banker. We're in training downtown Detroit, and a group of us all used to go out for lunch, find some place downtown Detroit cheap to go for lunch.
As we get a 2nd and 8 here with 3 wide receivers, South. 3-step drop. Oh, this pass is knocked down at the line, incomplete. The knockdown made by Jose Fuentes. continue.
So downtown Detroit's pretty happening, even back in the day. And on our route, there was always this older lady who would ask everybody for a quarter. This went on for like a year and a half. You got a quarter?
It's a 3rd and 8 from the shotgun. 4 wide receivers south. Back to throw. Now he has to run around. Pressure coming. Throws. Complete. Down the field. That is Harish Prasad for the first down as we end the first quarter.
The score
is 3-0 in favor of the Dragons as South fires a strike down to Harish Prasad to end the quarter. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube.
So after about a year and a half of seeing the quarter lady pretty much every day, one of my buddies, a guy named, not kidding, George Bailey. George Bailey happens to be the president of Old National Bank in Michigan now, by the way, and we'll get back to that after this play.
As we start the second quarter, it'll be a Carolina drive. They're down by 3, and Hattori Hanzo picks up 2 yards. Finish the story, please.
So one day George Bailey tells everybody, I'm gonna actually give the quarter lady a quarter today. Here's 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 with 2 tight ends, including Solomon. Hanzo in motion. Shift sides. As McBride gets the carry, and she will only gain a couple. Set up 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6. So George Bailey says, I'm going to give the quarter lady a quarter. Sure enough, we run into her. She says, you got a quarter? You got a quarter? George Bailey says, I got a quarter, and gives it to her. She looks George Bailey up and down in his banker suit and says, don't you got $1?
Oh, that's a great story. Throw down, tipped and incomplete on 3rd down. That's Rowe, number 23 on the deflection, Rowe the 3rd. And Carolina will be forced to punt. They don't have a contracted punter in the roster. I thought they did. I was mistaken. Rush on.
That's a good one.
Punt angle toward the corner. And Harrison has room, and he gets down to the 26. Oh, boy.
It's a nice little return. And we did bring Denver with us. You might hear him. He gets a little agitated when the game's on and we're not paying attention. But he's a good boy.
Yes, he is.
Denver wants to know why no dog teams are playing. That's who he wants to root for, Colin.
He says, where's his team?
Where's his team? Where's the Motor City Madmen? So the Rick meter's still at neutral, Colin.
Zay breaks the tackle but loses a yard in the backfield. Christopher Colon, the defensive end, number 93, with the stop in the backfield.
Rick meter says, both offenses have had their moments, but other than DC's field goal, not much to write home about here. It's a defensive game so far.
I'll had again to say they're trying to make it work, and this time it works a little better. Set up a 3rd and 7 that's wide on the tackle.
And just like that, 3rd and long.
3rd and 7, synergy, under center. Empty backfield. 5 wide. Back to throw, fires, complete. First down to the midfield strip. Ronnie Shanahan on the reception, number 12. Nice reception there, Rick.
Yeah, quality play that gets them out to midfield. Maybe kind of gets them out of their funk a little bit. Let's see what's going on here for the rest of this drive.
as the Dragons take over from the 50-yard line. Give up the middle, say. Tackled. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Okay, so Synergy was throwing it all over the yard on that first possession. It's like a lot of run now all of a sudden. Is that just me? Or am I obsessing about the fact that they're not throwing it more? They get that one good throw out to the 50. And right back to the run. And a
21-yard pickup. Get the save, breaks a tackle, and gets the first down.
Looks at Jack's data. The DC's giving 3.5. The over-under is set at 51.5. That under's looking pretty good as we tick under 7 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Man in motion at the bottom of the screen as they line up in the I formation. Chuck Stellar, the deep man. And Stellar, he'll get hung up behind the line of scrimmage and loses a yard.
Tough sledding. And you can see the frustration on Stellar there as he pounds the turf. It's his turn to be frustrated. English frustrated.
Liking the game so far, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There's no one else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLM action and help the channel grow through your support as Synergy fires way down the field, catch made, and running to the end zone for DC. Touchdown Dragons. That's Lauren Percoco.
There we go. Lauren Percoco had that one, got away from her earlier in a previous possession. No doubter there, and takes it to the house. DC gets their first 6.
Right in front of the safety man, Monty Wyatt, and Percoco streaks down the field and adds 6 points to the board.
Maybe not the best defensive approach there from the safety. It costs them.
And for Miss Percoco, that's her 4th touchdown reception of the year.
Nice.
And Sebastian Energy has now thrown 7 touchdowns and only 3 interceptions.
Wow, and they averaged just a little over 10 yards a crack on that drive. I'm surprised by that. It didn't seem like that.
Potty to kick off to Arish Prasad. His team is now down double digits with 6:05 to go in the first half. And they've had their moments, Rick.
They have. They need to put together a complete drive. And no time like the present when you're down by 2 scores here deep into the second quarter.
Carolina scores 25 points a game, just over. Coming in. Rush for 160 yards, throw for 168 as Hanzo continues to add more yards, his personal total.
Well, so far the DC defense has stymied Carolina. What's their yardage looking like right now? Thanks to our stats team.
Yardage for Carolina. South has 67 yards, passing and a combined 50 yards between the 2 running backs. As McBride gets it again, stiff arms O'Rourke. Stiff arms the second man. It picks up the first down.
McBride's magic stiff arm still on display.
Unusually, Chase Earl, and Vince DeSantis, and Xavier Sullivan don't even have targets yet. The only receivers with receptions are Riley Quintero with 2 for 3 yards, and Arish has 3 for 64 yards. Give it to Ike once again. She's tackled for no gain by Chris Britton III. It'll be second down and 10. Here's South under center, split backs. Checking in the line is South. He's back to throw. has to dump it off to Hanzo, and he's tackled at the line of scrimmage.
Well, that play wasn't working in a couple different ways, including that pocket was collapsing a little faster earlier than it had previously for South, and good coverage on the receiver.
Bunch to the top of the screen. South, 6-step drop back to throw. Now has to move to his right. Throws down the field. Tipped in. Incomplete. Riley Quintero, the intended receiver. It'll be another 3-and-out for the Skyhawks.
That's another open question. As he has lots of time, it ends up throwing it into like double and a half coverage. I mean, there were 3 DC Dragons ready to make the play on the receiver. Just excellent coverage by DC.
Welcome in Lauren Percoco to the chat. Saeed Gore also, Dragons Director of Player Personnel, working closely with head coach and general manager Stephen Molinek. This Dragons squad, it's Harrison that turns it up to the 44. The Dragons will take over up 10 with 4:09 to go in the first half.
And the first reading of the Rick meter, Colin, it's going to be possible for DC. That's the first notch off neutral. Possible for DC as they've taken a 10-point lead, played really good defense, and have the ball again in really good field position.
This is a Dragon team that gives up the 4th fewest points a game at just over 22.3 points per game as Kevin Say continues to run hard and churn the legs forward, picking up 8 yards as we now take under 4 minutes to go.
Well, say hey. Watch me run. Say hey, kid.
See Kevin run. Forget. See Dick run. See Kevin run. This is 2nd and 2.
For all you young readers, focus on your vocabulary now.
High formation. 2 tight ends. Pitch out to Say. Say has no. Yes, he got there.
So when you're looking at your reading tasks, Colin, there's first of all you want to be able to read for information, comprehension, that kind of thing, and it's really bifurcated between reading for comprehension and focusing on building your vocabulary. It's two things when you're trying to read. Why are you giving me the fish shake? This is the fish shake.
I'm not shake. I'm not. I want you to focus on the game. That's why.
But I'm a young reader. I'm excited. I want to tell everybody about it.
Lost of 2 on the play. And the carry there by Say as we now trick under 3 minutes. They'll run the draw.
Wow.
And that nets some yardage up to the 40. So it's up 3rd and 4.
Well, they've just got Carolina off balance here now, Colin. When you can run an easy draw play like that, they got it going. DC does. Sorry. Lost for words. Tucker good or better. Yeah. Duh.
Synergy fires. Got a man open. It's for Coco for the first down at the 30-yard line.
For Coco, early key to the game so far for the Dragons, Colin.
Let's see one more time. Just a little corner route, and obviously able to muscle the cornerback there, assigned to cover her.
Yeah, well, excellent placement and on time.
3 catches for 70 yards and touchdown for Lauren. Lined up next to James Walters on the left side formation. They pitch it that way to Say. Say has blockers. Nobody touches him. First down to the 10, to the 5. And he gets out of bounds. It'll be 1st and goal.
Fortunate for the Skyhawks that his left foot strayed onto the white. That was a potential score.
Pitch out. And nobody touched him. I mean, there were some guys running with him. But nobody touched him as we reach the 2-minute warning. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music on YouTube. Down against 3 tight ends on the field, no receivers for the Dragons. Here's to give off to Kevin Say. Say has room, dragging defenders across to the goal line. Touchdown, DC. And the Moose is showing you why he's such a big part of this football team. He dragged poor old Tristan Atley for a ride.
Yeah, it's tough to get effective leverage down there on him on the goal line. He's sniffing the end zone. It will not be denied.
Extra point pending. It's up and good. 7 plays, 56 yards, taking 2 minutes and 16 seconds off the clock. And that man, Kevin Say,
says hi to Mom. Hey, Mom.
it's now 17-0. And it looks like
Yes.
so far the Dragons have taken the heartache of last week and they're taking it all out on the boys and girls from Raleigh.
They've got a 3-score lead, 3 possessions. Standard possessions on offense, and Carolina maybe not quite sure what's happening at this point, Colin. Even Denver's a little worried.
Yeah, more worried than usual.
As you mentioned, Carolina scores how much on average in a game? 20-something?
Just over 25, and right now we're at 0.
That's zero. Yeah.
Now, Reese is wanting to remind everybody that they were down by 17 last week, too. So,
Got him right where Reese has got DC right where he wants him.
to give up the middle, Hattori Hanzo breaking tackles, picks up 5.
And that is true.
They second and 5.
A bit of a second half team at times, right, Colin?
But they need some type of score. They
nice.
forced the punt on a couple previous possessions, and of course, they had the interception in the end zone by Peanuts Say.
Right.
Here's to get to Ike McBride. She has room, open, runs over the defender. It'll be 3rd and inches as Skyhawks call timeout.
That's what I'm talking about.
They're down to 2 times.
Just a gritty run.
Best run of the day for McBride. 3rd down and less than 1. You can pretty much sneeze across the line to pick up the 1st down.
Well, they sneak it here.
That was a run of 18 yards by McBride. By far her longest. They're going to throw.
Oh, dropped.
Vince DeSantis, he hasn't been targeted all game, and when they go to a third and less than 1, he dropped the ball.
Was he bothered by the coverage? I'm not sure. He had fronted the defender. Maybe wasn't ready for it. Took his eye off it for a second. Oh my goodness, what a mistake!
And then out the punt away.
He's got to be feeling terrible.
Somewhere, Arish Prasad is banging his head up against the desk.
I don't know about that, but can't be happy.
Harrison's tackled at the 25 with 67 seconds left to go in this first half.
Arish channeling his inner John McEnroe. You cannot be serious.
He's like, the ball was in your hands.
The ball was on the line. Cannot be serious.
Synergy under center. Pitch out to Kevin Say. And Say tackled.
It is U.S. Open weekend, so sort of on brand.
As clock ticks under a minute.
Name your other tennis grand slams. We haven't had too many challenging questions.
Yeah, that's for the chat to figure out. not the person sitting right here next to
I
you.
gave you one, the U.S. Open, obviously by referencing other grand slams.
Here's to get to Kevin Say, breaks a tackle. will be stopped, and looks like DC's content just to run this clock up by 17. Let's see, face a 3rd and 5 here.
And why not?
87 yards on 17 carries and a touchdown with a long at 23 unofficially for Kevin Say.
DC firmly in control here.
Synergy on the sprint out. Throw back across the field. Josh Gill is wide open, hauls it in.
I bet you said T.O., baby.
And now they do it 3 seconds
Give me
left.
a T.O., baby. Dick Vitale called. Call a timeout, baby.
And they're going to line up with 2 tight ends out of the eye. You're going to pitch it out to Kevin Say, and that will close out what has been a first half masterclass for DC, but it's been a first half disaster for Carolina. Rick, let's take a look at all the facts and figures of the first half play. As DC at home leads by 17.
And here we go. Let's get a lightning round here on all the stats that get generated for us.
There's the numbers for South. 6 of 12.
Only completing 50% of his passes.
Reached 3 grabs for 64 yards. Defense forced no turnovers. Keenan Say with the 1 interception. Sebastian Synergy 9 of 10, 160 yards. Kevin Say 18 carries and a touchdown.
Yeah, Synergy's stats translate to a 152 QBR.
And the halftime player, no surprise, it's the Moose, Kevin Say. Also has 1 yard receiving out of the back. 88 total yards from scrimmage. Go back to Dungeon of Denarius Coliseum.
Well, let's see what kind of adjustments Carolina can make. You've got McBride and Prasad just giving it their all. But the blocking's off, and the protection's been generally really good for Matt South, but just hasn't been able to get the completions you might expect.
Reese Prasad on the return gets up to the 33-yard line, where his team will start off the second half of the first possession. The statisticians Ron Ains and Ike McBride. The Skyhawks leading lady finished that first half, 6 carries for 30 yards. Had troubles getting going initially, but once she got warmed up, Rick, he was ripping off some good ones.
Yep, I think she's kind of hit her stride, so to speak.
Chuck Stellar also had 2 carries in the first half for no. 2 carries for 0 net yards. As Satori Hanzo gets the carry here. And picks up another 6 yards.
Yeah, they lined up heavy and they run it. It's kind of you're gonna see what we're gonna try to do, and they run it and to good results. 2nd and 4. Carolina hasn't been ahead of the chains a lot so far, but they are here.
2nd and 4. 2 tight ends. I formation. Here's to give to McBride, and McBride will make this 3rd and 2. She picks up 2.
Thought she might have picked up 3. Either way, it's 3rd down. 3rd and 2 again, staying ahead of schedule.
7 carries, 32 yards. 4.6 yards a carry for McBride. Either she or Hanzo is a good bet to get the ball here. And McBride will get the ball. First down. So they tried passing on 3rd and less than 1 to end their last drive of the first half. It was incomplete, and this time they stick to the ground game and get the first down.
Right, nothing fancy there. And when you're down by 3 scores, a lot of times just focus on moving the sticks. You know, 10 yards at a time, one first down at a time.
Putbacks. South fires underneath, and that's the first catch of the ball game for Chase Earl. On his first target, picks up 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. South now up over the 70-yard threshold. Here's the give up the middle of McBride. She's tackled. For no gain, they'll call it. It'll be 3rd. Or no, gain up 2. It'll be 3rd.
There you go.
Math is hard, folks.
Well, maths, do your plus and ups and your take them aways. So DC's kind of getting wise to the run game. Let's see if Carolina mixes it up. They do.
South will throw, has to scramble under there, throw back, and Earl falls in his 2nd catch of the drive for the big first down play. Finally, they take some shots down the field.
2 for 2 is Chase Earl.
Previously, their longest completion was 26 yards, and according to our stats, that also goes for 26 yards down the field. The South is now 8 of 14.
You see some of the talent that Matt South has. Squeezes that ball in there between the 2 defenders.
The South back to throw has to dump this short. DeSantis this time catches the ball, but Ricky was lucky he held on to that one.
He was dead to rights the whole way, and South maybe should have seen that he was covered that way. Find another option? Don't know. But that was an unproductive snap.
2nd and 10. Here's Hanzo. Fullback dive up the middle. Hanzo first down. As he dragged Josh Vasquez over the first down line.
Falls forward. Boys and girls, if you're toting the rock, always try and fall forward.
That's the kind of play that'll make Jim Harbaugh happy because it's the fullback.
It's the fullback. Exactly. Underutilized position in pro and college as well as the SFL, question mark, Colin?
Hanzo, this time he gets it on the draw, but he loses 3 yards.
Sorry, go ahead.
Chris Britton III knocks him down.
I think tight ends and fullbacks are kind of the underutilized gems of the offense here in the SFL.
Although we've seen Hanzo, he's now up to 10 carries.
Yep. I'm just saying generally across the league, I think they could be utilized more.
Ooh. Oh, and that pass is incomplete. Quintero was the intended target, broken up by John DeSantis. It's 3rd and 13.
Obviously, Carolina does not want to settle for a field goal here.
They want the 7.
But it's a big pickup. It's a tall order.
Can they get there? They have a bunch to the bottom. South staring at a blitz. Now has to run out of the pocket. Fires back across the field. Oh! Almost caught by Quintero, but ultimately incomplete. It'll be 4th and 13.
Almost a brilliant play. Let's get another look at this. Oh, it's just thrown low. The ball is a little too low.
Just a tick low.
South rolling out to his left. Can't get enough mustard on it.
This will be a 31-yard field goal attempt for Malone Brown. The undrafted rookie. High snap, spot kick is on the way. Good.
And the Harish Prasad 17-point comeback is underway here in the 3rd quarter.
As they net 3 points here. With 6 minutes to go. Carolina now on the board for the first time. Score is now 17-3. Now available free to download. You can play the SFL video game on the go on the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus, an emulator for 4K 23, and the palm of your hand. Order your Retroid today. Go Retroid.com. Search SFL and download our mod at SFL Simulationfl.net /4K23 Retroid, the official console of the SFL. And Rick, I tell you, Sam Harrison has been busy.
Has been busy, and that's a nice run. Just trying to bust it up the gut. No shimmies, no fakes, no cuts. Just going right into the pile. See what happens.
This will be a 1st and 10 for DC from the 32-yard line.
And they show their heavy package here to come out in their possession.
Here's Say on the carry, breaks the tackle from Stinson. Now breaks the second tackle, but Moser McClain cleans it up. And let's go to Cameron Irvine in the SFL studios for a game break.
Thank you, Colin. Vegas is in Sioux Falls, and let's get a look at the replay on this touchdown. Doug Britton in the red zone, hand fighting, and then a one-hander behind the back of John Barnhart. 14-10 Vegas in the second. Back to you in DC.
Thank you, Cam. As Kevin said, see footwork. Trying a second spin before he's brought down by Siobhan Prasad. Okay, Kevin say showing off the work.
That's a huge run, and it's all individual effort.
Davidson Joseph.
Second broken tackle right there.
Here,
Third.
Here, have a spin. And then he tried a second spin to get away from Siobhan Prasad, and Siobhan's like, no way.
Siobhan, sticks with it because he got deked on that spin move, but still came back to make that tackle.
When that last carry, say he's now up at 118. I'll have a chance to add more to here. Tried to spin off of Davidson Joseph, picks up 2.
Say's definitely feeling it tonight, Colin. And the brain trust at DC knows it as they continue to hand him the rock.
2nd and 8.
They know Say's play is lit tonight.
Stellar checks in, and now he runs Say's play, but he goes backwards, lost a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd and 10 as a result of the lost yardage.
That's how the youngsters talk these days.
Oh, here we go. You get it in your head, and then it's just trouble. We got a ball game to do.
You know, I say hit the like button. I say hit the slay button.
Synergy fires, got a man wide open for the first down. That is Shanahan, his 2nd reception.
And you can feel the fun and positive energy on the DC sideline there, Colin.
Just running a deep over, and nobody was with.
I almost called you Karen for some reason. You're nothing like my sister.
10 of 11 is Sebastian Synergy. 1 touchdown, only 1 incompletion. He's back to throw again. Fires, and it etched. Churchill etches it.
And DC trying to answer that Carolina field goal on their previous drive with scoring of their own.
And it looks like they'll give Churchill enough forward progress for the first.
Oh.
But Carolina's like, no. So once again, let's take a retroactive look at the play presented by Retroid. Get your SFL console and go Retroid.com.
And pitching that red challenge flag like a boss onto the turf. You're going to throw the flag, right? Throw it. And that's a good hands catch there, too, maybe. Look at that. Off the ground, one-handed. Dougie's.
And it's definitely short. I don't know why they gave him forward progress.
Same reason they gave him that first down in the first half, a yard short.
And Carolina wins the challenge again. So guess what? You're 2 for 2 on challenges. You get a 3rd challenge.
Yeah, you know what? You also get sprinkles. Sprinkles are for challenge winners. Get a sprinkle donut at your local Tim Hortons.
We get a 2nd and 1 as a result. Look at the numbers and the pass distribution for Sebastian. He's done most of his damage down the middle of the field. Jack Wall is now in the building. Tight end for the Class 16. Data analytics extraordinary guy. As Kevin Say picks up the first down, it'll be first and goal.
Guy. Bro. You.
See, I can be funny.
Can be funny, can you? Can you?
It'll be first and goal for DC. They've got 2 touchdowns down here, plus a field goal. Let's see what happens here. Chuck Stellar in the carry. Stellar gaining positive yards. Across the 5 to the 4.
He falls on that ball. I thought he was dead there for a second, but he gets up.
He's like, no, I'm alive. I'm alive.
Bring out your dad. Not quite dead yet. Well, you soon will be.
Second and goal. Stellar in at the fullback position. He'll lead the way for Say. Say has an easy touchdown. His second in the ball game. And it's now 23-3.
Sending the cheer team into a roundoff. A Lion Spring roundoff. A nice little celebration there in the end zone. And Colin, Carolina just doesn't seem to have much of an answer on defense or offense for the Dragons tonight.
2:31 to go in the third. And Potty on to make it 24-3.
Thanks for playing along, Jack Wall. Recognizing a good Monty Python skit.
Oh, they drive 9 plays, 69 yards, taking up 3 minutes and 24 seconds. Chris Britton, he's very excited about Say's second touchdown.
He should be. He's having himself a game. Fun to watch.
Arish fielded from the goal line up the middle. Has room, breaks it.
There we go.
Arish Prasad up over the 30-yard line. He'll be tackled at the 33.
Gets manhandled, but not before an excellent return by Harish, trying to spark his team into some more life. Did get a field goal in the last possession.
But they definitely need a touchdown now.
Always need touchdowns. It's not blasphemy. To run a touchdown. For the crime of blasphemy.
First and 10 from 33 south. Is McQuintero with a pitch down the field around the 50-yard line.
Proud to say my mother did not smell of elderberries.
109 now for South. In terms of passing yardage today with that last throw down the field. I formation. 3 wide receivers. Harish in motion. Nobody follows him. So DC in his own. Quick drop over the middle. Throw to Piltero on the slant. It'll be a pick of a 6. 2nd and 4.
Not a bad play, and we'll reset the Rick meter has been possible for DC, and you might say, well, why aren't you going to probable? Well, Carolina has overcome a 17-point deficit before, so we're being careful here.
Here's to give to Ike McBride. Tried to break off the tackle, but only could break off one and not the second. Setting up 3rd and 3. Coach looks nervous.
Also, we've learned about bifurcated and blasphemy as 2 vocabulary words. Should be adding. We also understand we're reading for both comprehension and vocabulary building.
Here's McBride up the middle, first down. As we're now under a minute to go. Willie Wonka. And then from Jack Wallace to Sorianzo at the middle picks up 4.
Jack Wall clearly is a Stilly Knigget.
Tackle made by Josh Vasquez, number 21 for DC.
I will now laugh in his general direction. That is comedy.
Single receiver to the bottom for Carolina. South turns, gives to McBride. Tackled, it'll be 3rd and 4.
You know, they've run that heavy set to some success a few times. And they could do well to throw more of it.
That'll be the end of the 3rd quarter. 24-3 is our score. DC in firm control. Chris Curtis, read us our rights.
Of the Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Poor Harish Prasad as we start the 4th quarter. He's like, throw the ball with so many L's. I can't. They all blend together on the screen. It's a 3rd and 4 situation.
They go heavy again here.
Well, they throw out of it.
They will. A surprise. Lots of time. Make a sandwich.
No, he'll run.
Oh, don't slot.
Sticks. Oh, no. Oh.
No.
APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life. Inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore the library and find the perfect tracks for your project, visit apmmusic.com as Malone Brown tacks on his 2nd field goal, which, if you think about it, Rick, is a purely cosmetic field goal.
Well, I mean, it is points, right? They do get some juice on the sideline from putting some points on at the end of the drive. But you're right. Trading touchdowns, field goals for touchdowns is not going to narrow the gap quickly at all. Excuse me. And they don't have a lot of time. We got 1 quarter to go.
Harrison up the middle, tackled. It'll be on the DC 29. As Jack Wall says, it's only a 6 field goal game. There's still time. Harish is saying,
yes,
it's not our day, but they've had their moments. It's been the Kevin Say show, ladies and gentlemen. 128 yards and 23 carries and 2 touchdowns. Sebastian Energy's thrown for $190 and only missed on 1 throw as Kevin Say gets the ball again. Picks up 1 yard to start the drive.
Commits the same crime as had the Skyhawks fans upset earlier, where it was a good running play and the ball carrier ran right into the backside of the blocker and just stood and just kept powering into the blocker instead of running around the blocker. DC returns the favor there. Lack of vision on that particular run.
Day this time moves forward more forcefully and sets up a 3rd and 5. Third and 5.
Is this the point in the field where you take a gamble, take a shot, maybe? See if you could catch him by surprise.
Wide. Harrison has no target so far. Synergy throws down the middle, catch made. Churchill again.
Yep.
At the 50-yard line.
Excuse me while I pat myself on the back.
3rd catch of the ball game for Mike Churchill, number 19.
Just runs the DB number 33. He didn't catch.
That's Wyatt out there.
Yeah, runs him off a little bit and makes the in cut. Boom. ball arrives.
12 of 13 for 207. The latest numbers for Shabazz, thanks to Ike McBride and Ron Ains, our statisticians. We've been drafted the facts and figures. Synergy in as he throws, and that ball is incomplete. It'll be second down.
It may even have been tipped. Hard to tell, but good defense there. Good rush by Carolina.
Second and 10, I formation.
Carolina could get a turnover here. Maybe even a bit of a return on a pick.
Stellar out the middle. We get a $4.99 super chat from Michael Burkoko. It's not over till it's over, Harish, with a little raccoon emoji.
Thank you for that. Put his money where his mouth is, I guess.
Synergy down the middle, catch made, first down. And that's Harrison's first grab. And it comes at a clutch time. This kid, he's been dynamic in the return game. A couple return touchdowns, 3 in the year. According to the figures put out on the league website.
What was that?
There's one kicker. Well,
sorry about that, Colin. Didn't mean to talk over you.
Pitch out to Kevin Say. Say breaks a tackle, but he gets knocked down after only 3 yards.
Rick Meter says they've seen enough. They're going probable for Carolina. Looks like Carolina is likely to win this game, per the Rick Meter.
That's Energy back to throw. Fires. Ooh. Been incomplete. Looking for Percoco, unable to hang on to the ball. Warren, that is.
A rare miscue in the passing game. Right, Synergy had only missed 1 prior, maybe 2.
I think it was 2.
Yeah.
3rd and 7. Trips to the bottom, 4 wide in total. It's dime 3-2 defense. Churchill in motion. Now it's 2-by-2 on both sides. Back to throw. The bad Synergy as all they fires. Ooh! It's
well defended, and 2 incompletes in a row for Synergy, and that stalls the drive.
That's Amen England on the stop, and Potty will be on for another field goal.
This will be a 45-yarder from the left hash. Jason Hansen's least favorite hash, but this one is good.
It's not 27-6. They cap a 10-play drive. Shoot some time off the clock. And added 3 more points to their lead. 6:37 to go.
Well, that gets to 33 points total. The over-under is 51.5. Under still looking pretty safe. At this point, pending Carolina perhaps jumping to life here.
Out of the end zone, Harish Prasad breaks off a tackle and will get tackled at his 30-yard line. Let's go back to Kevin Irvine in the studio for a game break.
Thank you, Colin. Sioux Falls has found a way through this Vegas defense. It's been tough for the first month of this season. Julian Tyree to K. Marion in the back of the end zone. Sioux Falls uses all 3 timeouts and scores in the 2-minute offense. They lead the Fury 20-17. Just started the 3rd over there. Plenty of time left when you're done in D.C. Back to you guys.
Wow, laying it all out. Using up all their timeouts and everything.
South, quick drop. Throw on the curl pattern. Picks up 9.5 yards. It'll be 2nd in inches. Good first down throw by Matt South.
Exactly. Let's see if they can get that passing game to click and maybe get some chunk plays here.
2nd and inches. Approaching under 6 minutes to go. South audibleizing at the line of scrimmage. Snap. Get to McBride. First down and plenty more. She's up close to the 50. This week's special Labor Day Monday Night Spectacular heads to Canton, Ohio, where the Charleston Predators are in town to take on the hometown Canton Classics. Kickoff is at 8:15 Eastern time with Cameron Irvine and Paul Sart after this week in the SFL with Cam and Mike O'Neill. Starts an hour prior. Mondays are spectacular in the SFL.
Looking forward to that one. For sure. We're going to look at Mike Hall in that game, right, Colin?
Yeah, get a look at Mike Hall and head coach Ray Donaldson. It's a very interesting team, Canton. Their first real serious Monday night showcase game. They did not get one a year ago.
I know they're excited for this one, and I'm sure they'll be putting on quite a show. So they want to defend their honor at home as well as the spotlight game tomorrow night.
South. Down the field. Oh, attempted one-handed grab. Isn't complete thanks to that man. Number 21 for DC. That's Vasquez. Yes, that's just Vasquez. Number 21. Able to break on the ball at the very last possible moment.
Even though it was incomplete, that's a useful play. It stretches the D. It gives them, puts another thought in their mind that might give them a hesitation.
Quick drop back. Intercepted for the second time is Matt South, and this time it's John DeSantis. They went back to the curl pattern, the hook pattern, and this time John read it like a book. As DC will take over on their own 43 with 4:33 to go.
And Lauren Pacoco's in the chat, or did we already call her out?
I noticed her earlier. She did hot.
Hi, well, hi back. Maybe she came back.
Here's Kevin Sand, another carry. He'll get tackled for no gain. Let's take a look at the upcoming opponents for both of these teams. So the Dragons travel to Buffalo to take on Queen City, followed by a home game versus Baltimore. And they're at Motor City for week 9, prior to buying week 10. And for Carolina week 7, they have Jacksonville at home before taking on their bitter rivals to the south, Charleston Predators. This time traveling to Charleston before hosting Louisiana. That's the upcoming schedule. And then they're at the Florida Storm, as Kevin say, continuing to rip out big yardage.
Gets chunks of yards and a first down and stays in bound if my eyes don't deceive me. My eyes don't deceive me. There's something going on around here.
Kristen Hatley on the tackle. As Michael Percoco says, yeah, kids have mom's phone. 28 carries, 157 yards for Say. This is an inter-Atlantic division matchup. And Vultures were leading the division thanks to the Baltimore loss on a 3-game winning streak, following an opening week loss in week 1. DC is 2-2. They'll move to 3-2 after this game. So they'll be in a tie for second place. We got 2:15 counting. We got 3 tight ends on the field.
Carolina not bringing their timeouts into play just yet. Probably will if we tick under the 2-minute, as we tick under the 2-minute warning here.
Day breaking tackles, just keeping the legs going. It'll be 3rd and 6.
That will likely take us to the 2-minute warning, Colin.
Yeah, no reason for them to run another play.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching this game. What are the games we have going on tonight, Colin?
We have.
And there's your 2-minute warning. I didn't mean to stump you. I stumped the chump. We accidentally played stump the chump.
See what some of the other ball games are. We got Alamo City and Seattle. Seattle's always fun to watch. We got Minnesota, Houston. So some of your later games going on, in addition to the Monday Spectacular. We're out of the 2-minute warning now for Coco in motion out of the slot. Setting up in the slot formation. Here's the give to Chuck Stellar. Stellar!
That stacked slot was supposed to be part of the blocking scheme, but they didn't get there. As the Skyhawks pull them up near the line of scrimmage. They did burn a timeout, right?
Yes.
Yes, they did.
Oh, 2 remaining as this punt is away. Fair catch called. Carolina will take over at the 12. Thank you to our statisticians Ron Ains and Ike McBride.
Exactly. Keeping all the facts and figures, helping us sound smart.
Some of us need more assistance sounding smart. Some of us do.
Hey, what are you giving me that look for?
You know what I'm talking about. As this pass is complete for 4 yards, and Carolina burns their second timeout.
Well, this game started out interesting. You know, both teams kind of went up and down the field. The field goal was scored, and then a lot of back and forth, a lot of punting. And wouldn't have guessed maybe in the first quarter it was going to end up this way.
Oh, nice catch by Harish Prasad. And they burned their final timeout with 1:39 left.
So DC will defend at home, easily covering the spread.
5 catches, 84 yards now for Harish.
Yeah, Harish and Ike McBride, really the stars of the for the Skyhawks on offense tonight.
That's grad number 6. And the
Six.
ball is right exactly on the first down line. Throw again down the middle, and Hawks up though with 1:26.
3rd and inches. I'm sure they will throw down the field again. Well, maybe not.
We'll see what they do.
Pick up the first down and then start throwing again. Then resume your campaign of throwing.
They're gonna throw. They go deep, and Quintero dropped
Oh no! No.
it. Riley Quintero unable to come down with the ball. It'll be 4th and inches with 1:22 left. Single back is Ike McBride. They're going to throw again. South. Who shoots Quintero. That'll be a turnover on downs.
Turnover on downs. Carolina out of timeouts. It's going to seal the deal for DC. Congrats to them. So they're going to end up winning this game. Just a solid effort on both sides of the ball. Holding Carolina only 6 points, Colin.
First time since DC was home back in Season 7 that the home team's won. The road team has won the last couple of matchups.
Really?
Between these two squads.
Oh, and with that, the Rick Meter will say book it for DC. Rick Meter staff always going out on a limb.
And Harish with an interesting fact. It's their first loss within the division since Season 19. So they went an entire season as Season 20 without a loss to any opposition within their division. So they'll look to pick up the pieces moving forward. And that should be the final snap of this ball game. We take a look at the final stats. Sebastian Energy, 13 of 17, 222 yards and 1 touchdown. Matt South, 15 of 28, 155 yards, 2 interceptions. Leading receiver for DC, Lauren Fakoko, 3 grabs, 71 yards and a touchdown. Harish Prasad finishes with 6 grabs for 98 yards. Mike McBride finishes with 67 yards and 15 carries. Kevin Say, 159 yards and 30 carries, 2 touchdowns. Troy Hanso, 53 yards, 11 carries. And that's the game. DC Dragons win 27-6.
Here's your rapid fire end of the game stats. Try and keep up, everybody.
14 first downs, 268. Look at the number, the time of possession. Carolina only had the ball for 17 minutes.
Yeah, actually, even though that's not, that's at a disadvantage, you'd think they would have had more points. And I'm sorry, Carolina. That's just that's tough to take. Been on the losing side of plenty of games myself, and yeah, when you got a good team and it's just not happening, that's a bitter pill to swallow.
Javon Prasad finishes with 10 tackles to lead both teams. Xavier Rowe had 2 pass breakups. John DeSantis and Phoenix Say with an interception each. 16 first downs for DC, 14 for Carolina, 268 first downs for Carolina, 383 for DC.
I want to say thanks everybody for listening and watching, and kind words in the chat. Always appreciate it. Glad people love Colin. People put up with me. I think together it kind of works.
Thank you to our statisticians Ron Haynes and Ike McBride. Cameron Irvine has been our executive producer. Thank you all, and good night.